Hello folks, Bronco Bob here with Texas Best Used Motorcycles right here in Mansfield, Texas. I'm here today to show you a 2008 Sun Tracker, and this is a party barge. It's a 25-foot pontoon boat. It's got a double axle trailer, and we're selling this as a kind of an as-is special. It runs really good. It's got very low hours, best we can tell. The biggest problem with the boat, it's sat outside and the seats are split. Needs some interior work. But let's step around here to the back. I've had the motor running for about 15 minutes. This is a 130 horsepower, it's an inboard outboard little Mercruiser. The temperature gauge sitting on about 175. Let's go up top. Well, I'll give you a view of the side here. But if you got an upholstery shop or you know somebody that can redo seats, the core of this boat is excellent. The hull is great. The motor, again, doesn't have very many hours. There's no wear on the propeller or the skag. The outdrive basically looks like somebody bought this boat and just parked it in their backyard and let it sit out in the weather, unfortunately. But she started right up. The motor's running smooth. It's got a tilt wheel, a stereo. The radio works good. Here's the console. I just don't see an hour meter, but see the motor's running about 178 degrees. But you can see how the seats are split from being out in the sun. It's got two big lounges up front. Like this part of the cushion is good, but you can see around here where it's been in the sun and it's split. Same thing on this side. The carpet is not torn, but you can tell it's been wet. And you can see back in the back where it's green, and that's just where it's been wet. Luckily, underneath this carpet is plywood and aluminum deck. It's got a bimini top. And some birds made a nest right here, and it's got a little tattered place. But we're gonna sell this as basically a scratch and dent special. I'm gonna turn it off. And like I say, you can see it's running a little over 175 degrees. And I popped the engine cover and there's no water leaking anywhere. And if you stick your hand on the water that's coming out of the manifold, it's warm, so it is circulating through the engine. It's got a nice deck here on the back. They call this the Regency edition. I'm going to turn this water off, give you a visual. But this was traded in on an RV, and I really think somebody bought it and they put it in the water a couple of times and it's just been sitting. Look at this outdrive. It just looks brand new. Normally you take them out one time and you wear the paint off the end of the propeller just from sand. I like to put the rabbit ears on. That way we know what we got. You've seen it run. But walking around the outside, some of the pinstripes coming off right there. The decals on the side are good. The aluminum tanks are in excellent shape. You can actually acid wash those and they'll look super bright. This light setup up here is busted. Needs a new housing. You can see the tow hooks, all that's in good shape. And most of these deck boats have outboard motors. Haven't seen many but the higher end ones that have the inboard outboard, which makes it quiet and smooth. It's a 4-stroke engine. You don't have to mix oil with the gas. And you can see underneath, you got a wood deck here. Wood, it's aluminum under here, and then wood up top. But it's one of the deals where the tanks will last forever. The upper can be rebuilt and replaced, and you can keep on going. But if you know somebody that's got an upholstery shop that can help you get those seats reconditioned, this represents a good value. We're a motorcycle dealer. We don't sell a lot of boats. So we get one on trade, we pass the savings on to you. We're selling it as is. We guarantee it to run. and we guarantee it when it runs a little over 175 degrees. So she's circulating good. But if you're going to keep it during the winter, you'll need to drain the water. There's a place to drain the exhaust manifold and drain the block for the winter time. But I'll get a lot of pictures and hope to see you in our showroom soon. Have a great day.